Look, you guys know me. I'm happy to be Tony Go Lucky. Everybody get along and everybody's happy. But look, sometimes I encounter some things in this cruise life that makes me say there's some bad cruisers out there, and there's some cruisers that should be banned. Two cases of bannable cruisers today. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to La Lido Loca. I am your host Tony, or you can refer to me as Bandmaster J if you like. Because today we're going to look at two use cases in the cruising space where we've got to decide whether or not these cruisers are bad and whether or not they should be banned. First case up is something I encountered on my recent cruise on the Caribbean Princess. I saw a passenger berate a crew member and berate that crew member's manager over photographs. Now, I'm never one to spend much time dealing with the photographs on a cruise ship. I very rarely purchase any photographs, but as I've mentioned in previous episodes, I booked the Princess Premier and I was trying to take advantage of all of the benefits of Princess Premier, and one of those benefits was unlimited photographs. Every time there was somebody with a camera, I was able to get my picture taken, and then I could download all of those pictures on my phone, so I had a digital version of all of those pictures. And that Princess Premier package also entitled me to 3 photo prints. I had 37 pictures. I didn't probably do it as well as I could, and there were 3 prints that I wanted to be printed out, so I put in my order to get my prints printed out. I did that probably like 10 a.m. on the next to the last day of the cruise, and then that evening, 6 p.m. was when those prints would be ready, so I made my way to the photo gallery, the photo booth, the area on the cruise ship where they have the photos, and I went to retrieve my pictures. And well, there was a little hiccup. There was a little hubbub. Only 2 of my pictures were in the envelope. I'd ordered 2 of the same picture because I wanted to give my buddy this picture. Don and I took several pictures together, and I wanted to, gift him a printout so that we could have the same picture. I know it's a little sappy, it's a little sentimental, but that's the way I roll. And well, unfortunately, the second version of this picture was not in my envelope, so I had to wait at the photo booth there until they reprinted it or printed me a copy of that picture. And while I was waiting for that picture, being the observant self that I am, I picked up on a conversation that was happening in my proximity, a conversation that turned into a full-on fracas. There was a lady there that got progressively upset over the pricing of printed out photos. She had a photo that she wanted to get printed out, and she was told that the photo would cost $27. And so she started going through the math exercise with the people, saying, okay, if I have one photo for $27, how much does 2 photos cost? And they said, well, it's still $27. That would be $54. And she took it even one step further, I guess, making sure the math is mathing. If I have 3 photos, that would cost me $81. Is that correct? And they were like, yeah, that is correct. And she's like, wow, that is a lot of money for pictures. I can't believe you charged $27 for a single photo. And well, that's where things got a little squirrely, because the helpful crew member said, well, ma'am, we do have a nice special. You can get 5 pictures for $99, which would be a discounted price opposed to buying those pictures individually at $27 each. Essentially, you would be getting 1 photograph for free. And while that seems like that should have been music to the lady's ears, it just made her more irate. She said, so you're telling me that if I buy 5 pictures, I'm gonna get a discount, but the fact that I only wanna buy 3 pictures, I'm not going to get a discount. And the crew member, with as much patience as they could muster, said, well, that's correct. That is where we start giving a discount at the 5 pictures. And she was hot. She didn't really articulate why she was hot at that point. She said, I would like to see your manager, please. And well, the manager came over and they went through the same rigmarole that ended up with a crescendoing affirmation of what we've already covered here. She said to the manager, so what you're telling me is that I can buy 3 pictures for $81, or I could get 5 pictures for a discounted price of $99. And the manager said, yeah, that's correct. If you want 5 pictures, you can get a discount. Well, the lady looked at the manager and she goes, well, I didn't know that, and I did not take 5 pictures. I can't believe you don't tell passengers that on the front end so that they know to take enough pictures to get a discount. I don't know how it was resolved. My picture showed up and I left. What do you think? Like, should the cruise line be informing everybody of the price breakdown of pictures when you get on the cruise ship? Is that on the cruise line? Should you tell them, hey, look, make sure you take 5 because then that way you can get a discount? I don't know. Should the lady that's complaining about the picture price and yelling at employees and berating managers, should she be banned? Banned or not banned? I don't know. But one thing I am certain of, this lady has provided us with valuable life experience. We can learn from her encounter. I haven't said it in a long time, and I probably should say it more often. It doesn't cost anything to get your photograph taken on the cruise ship in these open photo settings. So if there's photographers outside the cruise ship on a port day and they're like, hey, can we take your picture in front of the ship or a picture in front of this sign that says what the port is? Get that picture made. I know sometimes it feels inconvenient, but it doesn't cost you anything. All those backdrops that are set up at night, those don't cost anything. If you've dressed up or even if you've dressed down and you see a cool backdrop, go ahead and get that picture snapped. You're not under any obligation to buy that picture. Now, if you book something with the photography studio and you're gonna have a set time, you're gonna go into a studio, that's gonna have some costs incurred, but all this around the ship photography, they're gonna take your picture for free because they want you to buy those $27 prints, which is very expensive. So, I'm not advocating buying a bunch of prints, but what I am advocating is just having your picture made in case you get the inclination at the end of the cruise that you would like one of those keepsakes. I've also seen it done a different way, which I'm also not advocating. I made a series of videos a few years ago called Is That Stealing? And I think one of the most hotly contested, ethical dilemmas presented in one of those Is That Stealing episode is it stealing if you take a picture of a picture? A lot of these cruise lines, they'll take the picture of you and they'll print it out themselves and they'll stick it on a wall for everybody to look at, but especially for you to look at and to contemplate pulling that picture off the wall and then paying the $27. But between just you and me, and I'm sure you've never seen it, I have seen some people, apparently they've taken pictures of those pictures with their cell phone and then gone ahead and posted them on social media. Some of these pictures even have like a watermark on them, especially like if it's a digital version, it'll be like property of XYZ cruise line, not for reproduction. Boom, right there on the social media. Is that stealing? Okay, a cautionary tale. 3 things, and maybe 2 of them are bannable. The first thing, get as many pictures made as you want, then make your purchasing decision at the end of the cruise. It's much easier to decide whether you want a discount of 5 pictures if you have 5 pictures taken, and you won't be mad that you've only taken 3 pictures. Number 2, is it stealing to take a picture of a picture that's for sale, a picture that you're not supposed to have unless you pay for it? Is that stealing if you take a picture of that picture and use it for your own personal goodness? That's another thing. And then number 3, if you are someone who is going to berate a crew member, yell at a manager, make people feel bad that are just trying to do their job, should you be banned? It makes me think I ought to do those videos again. Is that stealing? I think I did 3 episodes. I'll leave one of them posted at the end so you can watch an oldie but goodie. Is that stealing? Sharing the drink package? Is that stealing? Taking pictures of pictures? Is that stealing? All right, person number 2 that we have to determine whether or not we should ban. Let me show you this photograph here. This comes from the social media Facebook page of Carnival brand ambassador John Heald. It is a picture of a woman at an airport that is keeping herself warm with a luggage mat, with a rubberized luggage mat. This lady, whose identity has been protected by an emoji. From Carnival's perspective, they've charged her for that luggage mat, so they've assumed that she's taken it off of the cruise ship. 2 questions here. Should she be banned for stealing this luggage mat, if that's what's happened? And number 2, should she be banned from cruising for using a luggage mat as a blanket? I just don't think I would ever, I don't think that would be the application I would use a luggage mat for. And if you're brand new to cruising and you're wondering what a rubberized luggage mat is, they put this on the clean bedding, so hopefully the mat's clean. They put this on the clean bedding so that you can put your suitcase up there, your dirty suitcase, I guess, dirty, and not dirty up the linen. It's very sanitary, very sanitary. I'm just like you guys. I didn't wake up this morning and say, oh, I got to ban somebody from cruising today, but the day gives you what the day gives you. And so now it's up to us. Are these 2 passengers going to be allowed to cruise for generations to come? Or will them and their whole family be banned forever? And look, there is more work to be done. Help me solve these old mysteries. Is that stealing? Watch that video next. This is Tony for La Lido Loca, and until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye.